Light Books. So, I wanted to reflect on yesterday and how I felt. But I was like super emotional, and ugly crying on camera is not what this channel is about. But I did want to be real and transparent about, what I'm going through or what I went through or whatever. I feel like I'm on a journey to ascension, and I'm just meeting I don't want to call them devils, but I'm just meeting people who are like literally in my way. You know what I mean? The thing that happened yesterday, like being denied boarding, firstly, that's never happened. And secondly, the reason to be denied boarding was the profile name not matching the government name, right? But I also had my passport. So that should have trumped anything Lil Mama was talking about. But the second part is that I'm also upset with myself because I kind of went about it the proper way, which is like calling Priceline and staying on the phone with them, even though the flight countdown was, because I think the flight was at 8, so boarding time was at 7:20. I got there around 6:15, 6:30ish, and by 6:45 we were in it. I was basically denied. I talked to the wrong person. Talked to the wrong damn person. As soon as I got in there, just super happy, saying good morning, and her, can I help you? With that smile, no, not even the devil can smile, even snakes can smile, So I'm mad at myself for maybe not slowing down and not getting my own self together before I thought I, could have allowed her to assist me, because I know how to print on the board and pass my own self. You know what I mean? Another part I'm upset with myself about is that I didn't really press the manager issue. Like, after I said, okay, well, give me a manager. I am the manager. No, you have a manager. Give me the manager's manager, right? And then that lady not coming out for a long time. Okay, so the 8 o'clock flight had left, and then there was the next flight at 9:15. So I basically have another 30 minutes to fuss with them, and so I'm able to get on. So by that time, Priceline was already on the phone telling her, hey, it's good. It's just a name mix-up or whatever. Can you put her on standby? The wonderful lady says no with a smile and basically walks away. I'm like, hold on. The Priceline man is still on the phone, so there's still some options. What can we do? And he's trying to ask her to rebook me. She's not trying to do anything. That Vasquez lady, she wasn't trying to do a thing for me, okay? And just a smiling, and it wasn't a smile. It was like a grin. It was like a, oh my gosh, I wish I could do it. I don't have it in my spirit to do it, you know what I mean? But woo, that lady has mastered smiling with evilness, okay? With complete evilness. Ain't no customer service behind that smile. Okay. So then the next flight was at 9:15, so I got 31 minutes to kind of tussle with them, and the next flight isn't until 11 something, but that's with United. Then I would have to basically rebook, because I don't know if they would give me a flight credit to the whole thing. So I also don't know the ins and outs of how to press the issue. I know how to get the manager, but I don't know basically what I'm entitled to as a customer. Am I entitled to the full refund? Yes, I'm entitled to my full refund, but am I entitled to the full refund plus flight credits? Am I entitled to be on standby for the next flight and seriously be entitled to that 9:15 flight? Because I didn't. So I got an email from Priceline saying hey, we see you didn't board, or basically it was a no-show, but I had already checked in. So no, it's not a no-show. I am here. And I'm denied boarding. So let's use that language, that I was denied boarding, and let's say why. That the name was wrong, or that she couldn't basically overlook the Priceline name, account name for my government name, even though I have my passport and the payment was processed in my government name. And usually that's just how they look. That's just how they verify it. They ask me for my passport or my ID, and I have both. And what's the payment option? And I would give them all three. Miss Lady wasn't feeling none of that. Oh my goodness, and I need gas. So, the part that also frustrated me is that they were just super hyper focused on me. Even though, okay, they had already denied me, they didn't want to help me, right? So, I'm telling it in bits and pieces. Well, I guess this is just my takeaway. I'm not going to do an exact story time, but it is just my takeaways right now. Because, I mean, it's super discouraging. And I feel really down that I feel like I didn't advocate for myself enough, even though I did try. But I also was frustrated. I also was very frustrated. And the lack of respect that the customer service agents were showing was super nasty. That Vasquez lady, that Ruby lady, like it was not pleasant at all to be around. And the whispering, you know what I mean? It made me kind of shut down because, you know, those are like nice, nasty tactics. That's a tactic where you want to raise your voice. And in the airport, you know, that's not a place where you can really do all that because they'll call security and put you on a no-fly list quick. And I don't know if that fear was in my head, so I didn't advocate for myself enough, or, you know, I do have the tools, I do have the vocabulary to speak my mind, speak my piece without cursing. And I did want to go to my trip, you know what I mean? I didn't just plan the trip for nothing. I did want to get up out of here and take a break or whatever. But a part of me feels like I didn't fight enough for it. I didn't yell manager enough. I didn't get sassy enough. You know what I mean? I didn't push the issue enough. That is a part of what I'm feeling this morning when I'm doing my reflection. A part of me is like, okay, well, we'll do it the paperwork way. Like, yeah, we'll just try to get the refunds. But I am missing out on an event that I paid for a ticket for, and that's non-refundable because, you know, we didn't get ticket protection or whatever. So that part is a little devastating. Like, okay, well, we're $500 out for no reason, and, you know what I mean, with no recourse. And then what about our treatment when we walk into places and these people have these jobs and they purposely treat us bad? Saying that I'm denied boarding because of a name is one thing, but saying it with disdain and how you treating people is another, and giggling, and I ended up getting the boarding pass printed out by somebody else, by a Samoan lady. That lady was about to actually walk over to give me the pass to put on my bag, or my bag tag, whatever. The lady whispers in her ear as she's passing her, don't give it to her, or something, whatever the lady said to her. I don't know, it was a whisper because they were passing each other. And I say, what's up with that boarding pass? The lady said, it's invalid. Now that right there sent me to a 9 for real, but internally, not externally, just internally. Like, girl, what are you doing right now? Because obviously it's not invalid if it prints. It can't be invalid if it prints, baby girl. So, I don't know. And the sad part is I'm passing by the airport again this morning. So, okay, so that's like 3 parts. The 4th part is like, yeah, I guess I could have rebooked or whatever, right? But then that would have been $800 extra just for a ticket, and I could have went to United. So yeah, I could have like ended the day on a big fuck you, I'm using a different airline, just like kind of ran over there and then, you know, still did and a part of me is like, okay, well, why I didn't do that? How come I didn't still just go on the trip and just pay the $800 and then I could have fussed with Alaska to get the $800 back or whatever. I'm not sure about that. But you know, but I don't always want to damn fight. I don't always want to fight, and I know that that's not a reality that we have as women, as black women. You know what I mean? Like they put us into these positions sometimes. They think about us in these negative ways sometimes, and sometimes they are put in our way to not give us or to not help us, to not support us. And that's bogus. That's bogus because we have a spirit of giving and loving and, you know, being helpful and being supportive just as a people, just as a God-given creation. That's how we is innately, right? But I feel like some of these cultures are taught to really hate us and to really play us or downgrade us anytime. And I was looking cute too, and that's not, but I don't even operate in a spirit of I'm better than you at all. If anything, I put people before me because of my codependency. I put people before me because I feel like they are special. I'm not saying that I'm not special. I'm working on my worth, but that's a separate conversation for another day. Right now, we talk about how I treat people and my mindset about people, and that's of love. Like, I'm solution based. Period. So the fact that the lady was able to print me a boarding pass means that it could have been printed. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm feeling lots of ways about it. I did break down and cry really, really hard in the car. So I ended up getting the manager around 11 something. That's when after the Priceline thing happened, and I had talked to a few people, talked to my family, like, what should I do? Because I was just sitting in the airport from like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm just sitting. And they're like, okay, well, what are we going to do? Because the next flight is at 11 something. What are we going to do? It's like 11:55. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I did not know what to do, because the 8 o'clock, $800 extra. I did still have the hotel in the Priceline package, so I would have only missed the night of the hotel. But I didn't think that we should have did that $800, and so we didn't do it. This morning, am I regretting it? I don't know. I don't know what would have been the best course of action. I don't know if pressing the line to the manager was the best. I don't know if just calling Priceline and trying to deal with Priceline was the best, and trying to do it the proper way. I really don't know. I need to pull over and get gas. So I'm gonna finish this story before I tell you something positive. But it is positive because I'm still alive, and I know people would say, well, you shouldn't have went because we don't know what would have happened if you would have got there. We don't know the pilot, like God's misdirection is a direction, redirection is direction. I understand that, and I honor that. And sometimes people are just haters. Sometimes God ain't got nothing to do with people just being haters. And sometimes we can do better at advocating for myself. And maybe I'm just blaming myself, so I'm just trying to find ways that I could have done better, that I could have improved. I could have improved. Yeah, I could have double, triple checked the ticket. I could have, because my name isn't this bad on the profile, right? And I didn't go in there acting bad at all. I didn't go in there like with the confidence of Miss Bad. You know what I mean? Knowing that I am bad, Miss Bad. Like people accept it. The people accept it because they know what it is. But me, I'm having identity crisis issues and don't want to just walk into it just because one little lady say no and flip her hair. I start to get like, oh, she must be important. She must be special. She must be able to stop something. Girl, get it together. I'm talking to myself. Girl, get it together. The pilot himself should have been able to stop you. Not this little heifer right here at the gate agent just because she got on this little Alaska Airlines dress that's too tight. You want to flip your little hair. You think you're doing something? Girl, no, you're not. You sure ain't doing no customer service. That's what I tell you. You sure ain't doing no mother-sucking customer service. So I did put in a report with Alaska to tell them how I felt. Because even when Priceline sent me a message, they misspelled my name. So it's not about a misspelling of the name. It's about how people perceive us and how they treat us when they get to these places. And then, so what are we going to do? If we're really lights in a dark world, when we meet darkness, then what the hell are we supposed to do all the time? It's draining. It is. That we just can't go get a home loan, go take a flight, go get our car changed, go get our nails done, go get our hair done, go accept awards. We can't just live a regular life or an exceptional life like we're supposed to, because it's people put in our path deliberately to try to dim something, right? To try to throw us off, to try to distract us, to try to get us riled up. Now, I did know I didn't want to go to jail yesterday, right? And they quick to, they wouldn't call a manager, but they sure call the police. We know that. I need to get gas. I don't want to stop on this damn freeway. So, I'm trying to end this story. So, my partner ended up just coming back up to get me my partner. And I rode around with her for a little bit doing DoorDash, just trying to see, like, okay, what was my recourse? But by then, I was already requesting a refund from Priceline. And so the hotel was gone. Then I'm going to have to rebook everything. And the event that I wanted to go to started at 4 o'clock, the St. Louis time. Right? And so I don't know how I could have made that work for real. The $800 don't sound bad right now because we got jobs, but $800 do sound bad when you ain't have to pay for it, because I could use that $800 on some food or some $800 on some something, you know what I mean, on some merch or something, besides just, I hope y'all got a gas station right here. So let me just wrap it up and say I'm building myself, and we should all build ourselves and walk. Yes, walk in the light, the beautiful light. But to put on, like, this armor is not for nothing. You know what I mean? And I need to learn when to fight and when not to fight, and I need to learn how to fight, because getting emotional, you know what I mean? Asking for managers, yeah, that's one thing. But what if the manager come and they still don't like you? Just like if the police, they stop us and we say, okay, well, let's bring a sergeant down here. You know, one time a policeman told me he was a sergeant. Oh, damn, they got me. One time a policeman told me he was a sergeant. I knew he wasn't a sergeant, and I did write him up and say, that was disgraceful for him to say he was a sergeant when he wasn't a sergeant. But I'm just saying, look at that. You going through the proper protocols, and you saying, okay, fine, you don't want to help me, can you send somebody over here to help me? And they telling you ain't nobody to help you. There's no one to help you, no one to do nothing for you, no one. Valid or invalid, a little help or no help, you're not getting nothing, right? And that is frustrating. That'll make you want to knock someone's head off. But since we can't do it physically, okay, well, you're going to get these emails. I'm going to get my refund. But you're okay, I'm sorry. I got to hang up real fast. I got to find Costco gas. I love y'all, okay? I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.